to the following lesson of the National Football League.
Alright, what's going on? N2O Season 7. Madden 21 there, your Super Bowl previous champs went a little fast. The season started week 1. Arizona Cardinals. Brother versus brother. This is week 1 of Season 7. 49ers 20. Has never beat his brother, by the way, and he's going up 27-10 here early in the ball game. Humboldt Joe, one of my... I wouldn't even call it a sleeper pick. He's one of my favorites to win the Super Bowl right now. However, third quarter, 3 minutes remain. Big gain from Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. First and goal.
First and goal, Arizona. They'll look to run with
Touchdown, Freeman, and the Cardinals tie the game. Down 27-10, 17 unanswered. And are we going to watch the extra point? Apparently so. Something happened. It's all good. It's 27-27. Like I said, Humboldt Joe's never beat his brother. Tom Sousa 707, Super Bowl champ, season 5. And here's Kyler Murray down a touchdown. Kyler Murray going to run for it. I've had this same problem, which I've never had before. I try to slide and I dive. Kyler Murray dives, fumbles, and just like that, the comeback might be ruined. Niners up 34-27. A couple plays later, 3rd and 1. This is when Kaepernick was still the quarterback for Humboldt Joe. He's gone back to Jimmy Garoppolo. You gotta wonder, Humboldt Joe did really good in the Summer Cup, had the number 2 pick, drafted Kaepernick. You gotta wonder if he regrets taking Kaepernick, kind of a waste. Speaking of free agent pickups, Delaney Walker was the Arizona Cardinals free agent pickup. And yet again, do we have a ball game? No. That game ended. Humboldt Joe did win. This is just showing that the Cardinals and Kyler Murray have been on fire since then. Let's see. The Cardinals were 0-1. They're now 7-3. So 6-2 since that loss. Now we'll go up to me, what's happening in Las Vegas. This was 3 weeks back versus the Denver Broncos. My defense has been absolutely terrible, and somehow the Las Vegas Raiders hold the Broncos to 3 points. Very surprising. Eric Harris with the interception there, and that felt good to hold the team to 3. Very next game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders pick off Mahomes, have to punt. They give the ball back to Mahomes, then he throws a pick 6 to Mullen. And the Raiders take a 7-0 lead on the pick 6 to Kansas City. Remember Mullen's name, he comes up again. So late in the game, Chiefs up 49-41, fourth quarter, Carr driving, intercepted. Not only is it intercepted, Chiefs take it back for a touchdown. Interesting thing here, Devondre Campbell, the Raiders in Madden 20. I traded for him along with Calvin Ridley. I had Campbell all 6 seasons. He gets me there. Now here we go, next game versus Fire. So I lose to the Chiefs. There's Mullen yet again, only his 2nd interception of the game. Back-to-back games with pick 6s. He goes 70-something yards, takes it to the house. Back-to-back games. 78-yard return. This kid's got a future in Vegas.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, you get a pick 6.
Saints says 10-1 over there. The system was being weird. It recorded it underneath, but Saints are 10-1. So get this, 14-0 Raiders. Matt Ryan back to pass, none other than Mr. Mullen yet again. Wait a minute. Is he going to get caught? That's Todd Gurley. Gurley's fast. Not fast enough. 3 pick 6s for Trayvon Mullen in 2 games. Derek Carr is currently leading N2O in passing yards. He has quite a cast with Josh Jacobs, Ruggs, and DK Metcalf. We go to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals started 3-5 with a loss to J-Dog, 56-27. A loss, and that was in week 5. A loss to Big Matt, 31-28. That was in week 8. So I had some difficulty, some technical difficulties. This is going to be ending. I have another video right after to throw up there. So as you see here, back in week 5, the Bengals just got manhandled by J-Dog. That's a Super Bowl rematch, basically, of Season 6. J-Dog was the Falcons. Joe was the Texans. So that was, and yet again, similar result. J-Dog destroying them. So this was a really good game. Big Matt 7-0 early against the Bengals. This was week 8, and this game was very close. Although you wouldn't know it from here. Brown getting out of a tackle. You think he's got it. Tyler Boyd never gives up and somehow trips him up at the 1-yard line. But you better believe that counts for points. First and goal. Now, here we... Oh, this edited wrong. What a bummer. Maybe not. Let's see. 4th and goal for the Bengals. 31-21. Joe Burrow after the pick, basically 6. It was a blowout. The Bengals score on 3 consecutive drives. That touchdown there puts them within 3. Joe Burrow finds himself with the ball with 12 seconds left. Now there's 2 timeouts on the clock. Burrow decides not to use it, and look at this. 10 seconds left. It looked like the Bengals had an amazing comeback. Big Matt seals it. And I talked to Joe, and he said I wasn't thinking I should have called a timeout. And yeah, that hurts. So Big Matt wins 31-28. Great game there between Cincinnati and Tennessee. Big Matt and Joe Burrow. However, those losses, Bengals start 3-5. Here's Joe Burrow beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they move to 4-5. 3-5 looks like their season might be over. But then they destroy Washington, and now all of a sudden they're 500 at 5-5.
And down he goes again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you... So it all comes down here to the right
and then
of Randy Bullock.
2 seconds remain. 26-26 versus the Giants. They win 3 in a row. Bengals are now at 6-5. Sitting right in a playoff spot at the moment. So we did talk about Titans. Titans beat the Bengals pretty good. They are 9-2. They also had a 42-10 win over the Bills. A.J. Brown is currently the leading wide receiver in N2O. Let me give you some stats. He is 93 receptions, 1,880 yards. Second place in the NFL, has 1,364 yards. 500 yards for A.J. Brown. 93 receptions, 68 receptions for second place. Matter of fact, I'm going to pause it there for a sec, just to continue to talk about A.J. Brown just for a moment. The one thing I did look at Tennessee's team because I was a little annoyed. It's like, man, this dude's just hitting A.J. Brown. Not true. Corey Davis, 35 receptions, 504 yards, 7 TDs. Adam Humphries, 30 receptions, 429 yards, 6 TDs. That right there is probably more than the Dolphins or Bills or some of these computer teams between Corey Davis and Humphries. Not only that, John O. Smith, 23 receptions, 281 yards, 3 TDs. So he's moving the ball around. Tannehill's the number 2 QB in N2O behind Derek Carr with 3,298 yards, 39 TDs, 19 interceptions, 65% completion. To compare that to Carr, Carr has about 300 more yards, maybe 400, 3,654, one more TD at 40, 20 interceptions, so one more TD, and they're both throwing 65%. But the point is that the love is being spread around. A.J. Brown, though, getting the share, the biggest share in Tennessee. Tennessee is currently 9-2, sitting pretty. Yeah, let's continue moving past Tennessee. We'll see Big Matt. You see how I respect him. He's 4th on my power rankings. Humble Joe in 3rd. Cowboys 9-2, and Saints sitting there at 10-1 with some big wins. Speaking of the Saints, let's pull up that second video. This was so many technical difficulties, but we made it happen. Who Dat Nation, the 10-1-1. I played them week 2, so this is going back to week 2 versus the Saints. 42-42 in overtime. And they're held there to a 3rd and goal. He runs a no huddle. Drew Brees going to do the same thing, give it right back to number 41. That's what everyone would do, right? Kamara fails on 2nd and goal. Drew Brees now calling it from the line. 42-42 in overtime, and Kamara just bullies his way in. Oof, that one hurt. So that was a great game, 48-42 in overtime. Saints, that's one human win. Then he has the Niners. Humboldt Joe, who's probably one of my top, just because his team's so good, he knows how to play with them, and he's just playing great football. Here it's 28-21 Niners, 2nd and 7 in the 4th quarter, and let's see, it looked like the Niners were moving the ball. The Saints had some, I don't know, there was supposed to be an interception thrown, I believe, there, and then Drew Brees just gives it right back. I believe that's what happened. So Kittle gets the reception, but Niners throw a pick. I don't know, maybe it'll be missed out of order. It'll come right now. And then the Saints give it right back. 28-21, 5.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. It's a very close game, and this could be a potential, this is right after 4.5 minutes. The Niners give it right back, and this time it's dangerous. Marshawn, the man, Lattimore, 28-21. Let's put this baby goodbye. Tuck him in. 35-21, and just a series of interceptions there. Let's quickly talk about Dolphins-Bills. They're both not playing much. The Dolphins have one win all year, losing again tonight 31-29 to the Jets. Here is a Tua sighting. This is a heck of a catch. So that's all we're going to show the Dolphins. Haven't been getting in a ton of games. Also didn't have a ton of footage of Miami, but they are going to have a top pick to go alongside Tua and the rest of this team. As for the Bills, he's been traveling. I'm sure you've heard that by now, back and forth to Washington. Here is a Bills sighting, although in a pretty bad loss. That's not the score I meant to put in. I meant to put in a Stephon Diggs to do. Maybe that's coming next. The Bills are in the playoff hunt, by the way. The Bills currently are 6-5. The Bills currently are 4-6, and 7 teams make the playoffs. It's loud there in where are they at? In Buffalo with fans.
At the 47.
So this must be the Diggs pass from Josh Allen down 14-0 earlier in this game. And look at this beast mode of the play. Oh my gosh. I don't know, maybe someone ran onto the field. I can't understand that dark square. It's kind of so loud.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills draw a bit
Must be the Bills. I don't know, that was loud. But Vikings, let's move over to the NFC. Vikings, Cowboys. And I guess this is more of a loose thing if you're watching. Thank you for watching. Vikings currently are 8-2. They did beat Dallas, actually crushed them. 52, Dallas beat Minnesota 52-24 in Week 11. Now, there's an issue here on this play. I went through a lot of clips today. This was one of them. I just mentioned it to Dallas, Mr. Nugget. He said he understood, won't happen again. And it's not a warning, but I do just want to point it out. Know the Integrity League is out there, and I know I sound so lame right now, but whatever. Here we go. So it's 4th down. I mean, you're playing a human opponent on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
It's from the 2. So I guess from the 2, technically in the rules, you could go for it. For whatever reason, it looks like it's at the 4 or 5, and within 3, you're supposed to kick the field goal. However, up 35-10, late in the 3rd quarter, you're up 25 points. Just for if I kick field goal, it is at the 2-yard line. So I guess within the rules, you can go for it. I asked Vikings to kick it. That's what we're about. Excuse me, I asked Vikings to kick it. You can see where the ball, I really thought it was spotted because there's a 4 or 5. But it does say the 2. I still think you should kick the field goal there. You're up by 25 late in the game. It is at the 2. I guess we'll see a shotgun.
You're right, he had him open.
Anyhow, the Cowboys do go on to get the touchdown. They spank the Vikings. Cowboys are currently 9-2. They have some big wins. Cowboys beat Minnesota. They also beat Arizona, Sousa, which is never an easy win. That was back in Week 6. We'll get to that game because that game was excellent. Okay, now here on the opposite side, just to give a shout out to Minnesota. Justin Jefferson's going to be the man, and he is the man right there in Minnesota. He's up 21-0. Here he's up 24-10 late in the game, and he knelt the ball on 2nd and 1st down instead of getting 3 or going in for an easy touchdown, even though he was well below 49. So we appreciate that. That's the type of play you do want in N2O.
There's something a little extra special.
Just want to give a shout out where a shout out to do. So Vikings are currently 8-2. They have the loss versus Dallas, a loss versus Big Matt, also big, 56-35, another big loss. Titans are Vikings are 8-2. Those are only 2 losses. This is probably the game of the whole package here. 31-20 Arizona. Dak Prescott looking deep. Hits Jarwin. Okay, 31-20. Arizona with a nice lead. This is Cardinals Sousa.
Pick up a 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now.
Dak Prescott driving the ball 8.5 minutes. 31-20. That's Mr. Nugget.
Prescott to throw.
And Prescott sitting in the pocket, waiting, with plenty of time. It's Amari Cooper to the 20 down at almost the 17-yard line. Mind you, this is the 4th quarter, down to 11.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Keep it rolling, Dak Prescott.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
First and 10, and it's intercepted by the league leader, by the way, in interceptions, Murphy.
And a big turnover there as his
at the 1-yard line, 31-20, 1st and 10, Cardinals take over. It all looks a loss for the Cowboys. 2nd and 2, Kyler Murray gets it right back. Jalen Smith, heck of a young linebacker in Dallas.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape.
So Arizona has it all. They have 11-point lead with the ball. Huge interception at the 1-yard line. Dallas does score there, gets 6, goes for 2, doesn't get it. So now Kyler Murray again going to be driving the ball to Christian Kirk. Under 5 minutes remaining, up by 5.
11 yards there, first down.
And on 1st and 10, Kyler Murray, you think, okay, let's run a little clock. Well, it looks like Arizona's going to pass. Believing in the pass, here comes Kyler Murray coming off an interception the last drive. You feel some foreshadowing coming. Kyler Murray with time, dropping way back. That's never good when he does that. Intercepted by the Dallas Cowboys. Back to back. After interception by Byron Murphy to all but seal it up 11, Kyler Murray throws back-to-back interceptions, and now Dallas has a chance here with 4 minutes remaining. Mr. Nugget never give up.
2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
And then they get it down to the 1. Apparently, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Dallas is up by 1. Now, I don't think I've ever seen something like this next play, so, well, I'll just let it happen. Dallas going to go for 2 this time. Makes sense. Go up by 3. And that's Buda Baker. And if you're watching the NFL, you've been seeing his name quite a bit this year. What a fun name to say, Buda Baker. Bacon some Buddha to the end zone. And that's worth 2 points. So Arizona, the funny thing is here, they get the ball back also. So they get the ball there. It's now 3rd and 6, 2-minute warning. Both teams with all their timeouts. How about that 2-point conversion gone awry? Kyler Murray looking, throwing a 3rd interception for the 3rd straight drive. Another fun name to say, Chidobe Awuzie. Touchdown, Cowboys to take the lead. And I don't know what it is with Mr. Nugget. I just say kick the extra points. I think he went for 2 again. I guess that makes sense, down by 6. Or you'd only be up by 6 because he's down by 1. He does get it. He takes a 7-point lead. That was 4th down. Somehow, some way, the Cowboys win 40-33 after that crazy 4th quarter. And I would love to see a rematch in the playoffs. Love to see a rematch in the playoffs. What are we doing here? Showing this play again. Apparently 33-32. This was a crucial play. Up by 1. 2 minutes remain. Kyler Murray just 3 in a row. 3 interceptions in a row. This one to the house. I didn't mean to put this twice, but so be it. It means a lot. So we will get on Lamar Jackson's case for a second in a minute. We heard about Derek Carr and Tannehill. We heard about all the A.J. Browns and Titans' amazing stats. Raheem Mostert of the 49. Oh, here is Lamar Jackson. Let's give him some
love. The 24. They'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Some Lamar Jackson, but Lamar
to throw again.
You'll notice this is a nice play Baltimore runs because they score here. This one's wasn't Willie Snead right now. This one is the Willie Snead. The previous one I forget was to who. My apologies. But basically the similar route, so very nice route Lamar's throwing there. I don't have a ton on J-Dog. I don't remember why. It's either he didn't have a lot of videos, or he's just been earlier in the video, I guess. But J-Dog, reigning Super Bowl champion, Baltimore Ravens, he is going to be tough to beat. He is going to be very, very tough to beat, trying to go back-to-back in N2O Super Bowls. Be the first N2O player to win Super Bowls with different teams.
That was a nice catch. And
that was a nice catch. We'll move on to end the video. Let's talk real quickly about Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson currently is the why not? I've gone this. Mr. Lamar, he has 114 attempts for 1,294 yards, 3rd in the NFL. Mark Ingram on his same team, the Ravens, has 98 rushing attempts. Dalvin Cook of the Minnesota Vikings, CC for life, 126 rushing attempts. So Lamar's rushing a little too much. I did notice this about 5 days ago or so. I hit up J-Dog. J-Dog said no problem. So he's going to stop rushing as much. Basically, here is the comp. Dak Prescott is the 2nd leading rushing quarterback in N2O with 26 attempts compared to Lamar's 114 attempts. 250 yards for Dak, almost 1,300 yards for Lamar. 3rd is Kyler Murray. So I want to also give a shout out to Dak in Dallas, Mr. Nugget, and Kyler Murray in Arizona, Tom Souza, for not abusing the rush with the quarterback, because Kyler Murray could definitely do that. 25 attempts for Kyler Murray. I didn't write the yards, but it was less than Dak at 250. I want to say it was like 230. So both those gentlemen, 25 attempts, 26 attempts. That seems reasonable through, 10 games. But 114 attempts for Lamar Jackson's about 11. J-Dog attempts a game. It's just too many. It's more than his actual running back. And it's close to 5 times more than Dak or Kyler Murray, who are both on human teams. So J-Dog said no problem. He'll slow his roll on rushing with Lamar. Again, not a warning, but at least it's out there. The league knows it's addressed. And if it continues, I would have to warn him. Same thing with up 35-10 in the third. Come on, just good sportsmanship. Kick that field goal. You're spanking him. It doesn't feel good to have that happen. So I know you're inside the 2. For some reason, I thought you were at the 4. Let's watch Raptor highlights because he has a couple in here. After the
touchdown.
6 flip.
That was a nice
from the
catch.
Baltimore Ravens. Raptor out in Austria, repping for us. He does a lot for the league. It's cool getting those updates every week, seeing the injuries directly to Discord. Look at this catch from Mark Andrews. We're going to show it from a different angle.
What a catch for the touchdown.
Last year he traded for George Kittle. George Kittle's obviously run by Humble Joe this year. So he trades for Mark Andrews of the Ravens. Now, I guess that's J-Dog. So J-Dog led up Mark Andrews. I didn't realize. I thought that was his computer trade. So interesting. What a catch from Mark Andrews in the end zone, well guarded by the Lions. Raptors currently 6-5. If there's 7 teams that make the playoffs, I believe Raptors in. And no Run CMC, although he comes back this week. Actually, Run CMC's coming back this week.
Trent Cannon with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on.
But Mike Davis for the Panthers is now injured for 4 weeks, so he gets back Run CMC. Christian McCaffrey loses Mike Davis. I think he'll take that trade for 4 weeks. Darren Waller in Vegas out 4 weeks. Dalvin Cook 1 week with the Vikings. John Ross for Joe Burrow, Cincinnati 2 weeks. Mike Gesicki for the Dolphins, not helping when he's out for 10 weeks. Debo out for 2 weeks in SF, and McGlinchey, the right tackle for the Niners, out 5 weeks. Those are all the human injuries we have. Last thing before we say goodbye. This is what Raptor does do. He runs the CFM buddy for us and updates it, and he adds to it, and it does show league leaders. I think when I touch the mouse, it messes with the mic. Anyhow, kind of went over those. Raheem Mostert is up there with 18 touchdowns, 1,861 yards, almost 2,000 yards on 192 attempts. In second place is Ezekiel Elliott with 251 attempts and 50 yards than Mostert, and only 14 touchdowns. So it really shows you. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott's got 251 attempts. That is a ton of attempts. Mostert also 192, a lot, but 60 less and 50 more yards. So Mostert really killing it. Zeke also killing it, doing a great job. I guess this is one game behind because Derek Carr now has 40 TDs and a 65% completion. But yeah, you can scroll down. You see sack leaders, receiving leaders, interceptions, rushing. Again, I think those rushing stats are the same stats I have. I guess I don't know. Anyhow, that's something cool he does. Thank you, Raptor. Also, the playoff picture. So apparently this needs to be updated. Raptor just found out because the NFL is allowing, at least according, and I think he's right, according to Tom Souza, 707, there are 7 teams that make the playoffs. Only 1 team gets a bye. Very interesting. Huh. So that's going to be fun for us because that means normally those 2 top teams are human, and it's a big advantage to get that bye. So now only 1 team's going to get that bye as long as Madden is updated that way, which it should be. And that's big. That is big. So right now the Patriots looking to win the AFC East. That's probably how it's going to be. Topagus can still get in as a wild card. As you see, the Bengals and myself are both in. I'm winning the division over the Chiefs. I'm currently 7-4. Bengals 6-5. You see over there on the NFC what it looks like. Saints and Niners up top. Cardinals, Cowboys. This Eagle team at 8-2 is a bugaboo. However, if 7 teams make it, the Panthers are right there. So we do need that Eagle team to lose to get the Panthers in. But if 7 teams are in, make it, Panthers are right there. You see the Bills there on the left-hand side. So anyhow, check out CFM, buddy. If you do command, which is the exclamation point standings, it takes you to this standings page, and then you could search CFM from there. It also shows us total offense has just been the Ravens. They're just Cowboys, Niners. So that's you can see that all the human teams up until the Chiefs down at the bottom. Ravens, Cowboys, Niners, Saints, Titans, Raiders, Cardinals, and then Chiefs. Curious to see. So Bengals are a ways down there. So that, it's just some sort of analytics. Passing, Titans, Raiders, Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens. Chiefs are computer. Rushing, Cowboys, Niners, Ravens, Saints, Panthers. You can also go by defense. So it's just fun to check it out. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we've been here so long. Pass yards, I'm surprised Titans are not up there with all those yards. That's interesting. Oh, that's defense. And you see I'm the worst defense. So holding the Broncos to 3 was exciting because I give up a ton of passing yards. I guess I'm actually decent. I'm third stopping the rush, but in last place stopping the pass currently. Who's leading in sacks? What team is 37 sacks for the Bengals? No surprise there. That's Joe Burrow, who was the Texans, but it's comparable. His 37 sacks last year would have been 100 by now. Ravens with 35, Niners 35, Dolphins 35. Kiki Vanoy, I know, has quite a few sacks out there in Miami this year. For Mike, Tennessee Titans with 33, Panthers 32, and then the computer Buccaneers. Interesting. Points a game, there I am. I'm giving up 37 points a game. My defense is terrible. Jets are computer, Texans are computer, Colts are computer, so that's just sad. Every other team on that list is computer. Seahawks, Bucks, Lions, Chiefs, Panthers finally are giving up 30, but you have to scroll way down. The best is the Cardinals, so that really says something there. These teams that are holding you under 25 are Sousa Cardinals, Mr. Nugget Cowboys, Titans Big Matt, Humboldt Joe in San Francisco, Chris with the Saints, and Vikings CC for life up there at 26. So that also tells me a story. Hard to score on those guys. And that's kind of what the game is. So we're going to leave it at that. Hope it was a fun video. It took me quite a while just to make it, and then a lot of technical errors and issues, and I can't wait to buy a new computer on Black Friday. So anyways, enjoy the rest of the season. Playoffs will start early November.